Hey
Yo,
guys,
what's up? This
what's
is
up?
Anthony.
And this is Sarah.
We're living by Continental,
Uh-huh.
and we're finally back together doing the video
Back
together.
together.
These last few videos, I know y'all only saw me and been wanting to see Sarah,
Uh-huh.
but Sarah's been sick.
Sarah's been sick.
Come on, Kari.
Now she's just recovering. I've recovered actually. I've recovered. Oh, yeah. People used to think that this thing is not real.
What thing?
The COVID.
Mm.
Trust me, I'm one of them.
Oh, you didn't think COVID
Yeah,
was real?
I was like, maybe it's not there. Maybe it's not real. Maybe it's something that is not maybe in Uganda. For me, I thought it wasn't real. But until I got it.
Mm.
Whew, until I got it. Uh, uh, that day I was actually at my mom's house
Uh-huh.
and I was feeling good. Actually, I was the one who even cooked food for them.
Oh, wow.
For everyone. I cooked food, I served them.
Sorry, Daddy.
And after, in the evening, I was like, today let me go back home early.
Kari, Boulder.
I was like, today let me go back home early because I was like, I need to be with my family a bit early.
Mm.
And when I went home, sorry, that was a border passing by. So when I went back home, I reached home and I was feeling tired. I was weak. My body was aching. I was cold.
Uh-huh.
And after a few minutes, I told Tony that I need to lay down. I'm feeling cold.
Yeah, she was really bad.
Yeah. I covered myself with a bed cover. Then later he came in and I told him that I need another bed cover. I need you to cover me. And when he touched me, he said that, but you're hot. And for me, I kept telling him, I'm cold. I need you to keep covering me. So he covered me. I was coughing a little bit and he went out to buy medicine for me.
Right.
So,
and when I went to buy
yeah.
the medicine, Kari, stop. When I went to buy the medicine at the pharmacy, I told the lady, the pharmacist, what Sarah's symptoms was, and she's like, no, you need to take her to the hospital right away because that's coronavirus.
yeah. But at first he bought some medicine for me to take for that period, that time, so that I can get a little bit better. But as soon as I took that medicine and I took the water, it felt like it brought everything. Like I started having a headache, a very strong headache. I couldn't get up. I was shaking. I was weak. And I was like, maybe I just need to sleep. For me, even then, I couldn't believe that it was really COVID that was.
Well, no, even that night you told me I should even put on a mask because you told me that it could be COVID.
Yeah, it could be, but I couldn't believe. I was like, maybe it's not it. So passed through the night, but I didn't sleep. But I was like, I don't want to wake him up. I want him to sleep. I don't want him to give him a long night. He's dealing with the kids because I wasn't feeling well. So I stayed up the whole night. I had a headache, a strong headache where I can't even open my eyes. I looked at myself in the mirror, they turned red. Where I was, even if I look in the light, I can have tears coming out of my hands.
Yeah, because when I turned on the light, it bothered you.
Yeah, I kept telling him, turn off the light, turn off the light. So,
Kari, wait.
I paused.
No.
So, sorry about that noise. We are walking because these days it's quarantine. So we are walking.
So, yeah, when I turned on the light, it really bothered you.
It bothered me so much that I was feeling so bad. My head was hurting so bad.
Come on, Kari, come.
All I would say is I was having trouble opening my eyes. And in the morning when we woke up in the morning,
Yeah, I had to carry her
Yeah.
to the car.
he told me that, Sarah, I think I need to take you to the hospital. You need to put on your clothes and let me organize the kids so that I can leave them with maybe some food and other stuff. And when he told me to put on my clothes, I tried to stand up and I couldn't stand up. when I tried to stand up, I was falling. I couldn't stand up. And he had to come, dress me up, and lift me to the car and rush me to the hospital. They ran different tests on me and nothing was bothering me until they ran the COVID test. And guess what?
No, then they came to me and told me, because you was asleep. So they came to me and let me know that that you was positive for COVID. And at that point, when I came to your room and told you, you was shocked.
Yeah,
You didn't believe it.
I thought he was lying. I really thought he was lying. Like, I was like, are you serious? Is this another joke of yours?
So
Is this
from
one
there,
of your jokes?
I even took me a COVID test.
And
Just
he was actually negative.
Yeah, but I want to count it out so I can know that at least I could take care of the kids while you were sick.
So from there, they gave me some medicine. And actually, by the time I left the hospital, I was okay. And I could walk.
Yeah,
I could walk by the time we left the hospital. But at night, when we reached home, the situation got worse.
Very worse.
Very worse. I couldn't get up.
Be careful, son.
I was so sick. Actually, the funny thing
I shouldn't say be careful, son. I should tell myself to be careful.
The funny thing that made Tony laugh, I started telling him that, please take very good care of our kids.
No, that didn't make me laugh. I hate when you say that.
I swear the situation got worse that I felt like I was dying. I really thought I was dying. I felt like my life, I was losing my life. My situation wasn't good at all. So we managed to pass through day 1, day 2, because they told me to quarantine for 14 days.
No,
so?
10 days.
Oh, for 10 days, yeah. So we passed through day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. That's when the situation worsened.
Right.
So day 4 and day 5.
Those days, I was taking care of the babies because you had Sarah had the bedroom, and me and the kids, we slept in the sitting room. Not just Kari and Amari, but also our daughter, Sarah's sister's daughter. Who else was there? Oh, and even
Musa.
No, Musa wasn't there yet.
Musa was there.
Was he?
Yes.
No, he didn't come until maybe day 3.
He came at day 2 when you tested him.
Oh,
the following
yes.
day. Yeah.
Okay, because the next day, Sarah got diagnosed on Sunday.
And on Monday.
No, Sunday.
I'm saying yes, and on Monday you took all my family to be tested.
So then on Monday, because her sisters was feeling worse than her.
Yeah, they had the same symptoms.
So Monday, I took her sisters and her moms to the hospital for them to get tested. And 3 of her sisters that day tested positive, and one of her moms. You know, in Africa, your auntie is your mom.
Your mom's sister.
Yeah, your mom's sister is your mom. So her mom's sister tested positive, and 3 of her sisters tested positive. But her mom tested negative. And her little sister, she tested negative, and she was really, really
happy.
Yeah, she was really happy, but prior to that, she was more sick than Sarah and the other sisters. She was in the worst condition.
Yeah,
so,
but it was before like
Right.
10 days ago for her. I think
So
she
she
recovered
recovered.
with us, even knowing that she had COVID.
right.
Yeah.
So she recovered, but the other 3 sisters were sick. So we tested her brother too. He was negative as well. So then that night, her brother stayed with us, and one of the nephews and one of the nieces stayed with us. No, 2 of the nieces stayed with us. But they're not called nieces and nephews. They're sons and daughters.
Sons and daughters. Yeah.
So they all stayed with us. So I had to tend to the kids and take care of Sarah and try to work. So working became more
Hard.
impossible day by day. So I had to cut off working so that I could take care of Sarah and the kids. So I think it was like
Therefore,
day 5.
was it the 5?
Well, no, it was that Friday. It was that Friday because
Friday.
because Sunday is when you got diagnosed. So all the way to Friday, I think you was having chest pains or something.
Yeah.
So I want to take you back to the hospital. Now, here come a boulder. Kari, boulder.
Harry, come. Come here.
So on Friday, Sarah was having chest pains. So I became more concerned. So I didn't want to tell her that my throat was starting to be sore. Even I was having some cough. So I didn't want to tell her that because I didn't want to worry her. So I was like, well, let me take her back to the hospital. And while we're there, I'll test myself again. So I got tested again and I was positive.
And that day I was worst and he was positive.
Yeah.
Because I was having chest pain where I can't even cough. Swallowing food was hard. And like it looked like on day 5 everything was worst. I was feeling worse. I couldn't eat anything. They bring the food in the bedroom and I just leave it the way it is.
Right.
I lost my taste. My life was, it completely changed. Everything changed. I couldn't taste anything. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't move around. And the worst thing of all is quarantining, staying in the house when you're not used to staying in the house, staying in the bedroom and listening to your kids calling you, "Mommy, open the door."
Yes.
This older son, he keeps saying, "Mommy,
Kari,
open that
wait,
door.
boulder.
Mommy, open that door." He knock on the door, keeps saying, "Mommy, open that door." When I can't open it, the baby is crying. When you can't even be near him, that was the hardest part of my life that kept making me cry.
Kari, this side.
Staying away from my kids for 10 days. That was hard.
It was painful.
It was painful. It was painful. Every day I kept saying that when is this day ending? When is this ending? I started feeling pain all over my body where, because of laying down too much, I started feeling pain all over my body on one side and on another side. I couldn't even lay down anymore. I couldn't stand up. It felt like my life was miserable. I felt like I don't have life anymore. Like I felt like I'm out of life. And when Tony was diagnosed with COVID too, he also joined me
In the bedroom.
in the bedroom.
So I got to see my wife again.
And guess what? The person who was there to take care of the kids was a
sick.
10-year-old.
Oh yeah, sure.
A 10-year-old was the only person left who was okay, who had to take care of the kids.
Yes.
Imagine what happened. She got tired.
Yeah. It was too much work for her.
Something happened. She went outside. When I time reached when the kids were crying because they were three. They were two of my sister's kids and our kids too. Those are 4 kids where she has to take care of them, and my brother was there to help just. So later I called my mom's house.
You okay, baby?
And had to tell her to send a border so that it can pick up the kids, that I can't take care of them. The 10-year-old can't take care of them. So they picked them up, and that's the first day I went outside for the first time. And guess when I went outside, what happened?
What? Kari, this side.
I found on the back of our car, on the window, it's like it had a little bit of dust. And she wrote on there, "Please come for us.
Oh my goodness.
Take us back home. We are so tired."
Oh wow. Wow.
You wrote there, we are so tired, please take us back home. They were tired. I think she was exhausted. She was tired of dealing with 4 kids, and she's also a kid.
Yes.
She has to cook for them. She has to take care of them. That was a lot for her. So when I saw that word, I was like, I'm happy. I sent the other kids back, all the kids back, and actually she stayed. She said she wanted to stay.
Because the kids weren't there.
Because the kids were not there. For her, she stayed. Yeah, she stayed, but she was tired.
And she helped take good care of us.
Yeah.
Now the thing with COVID that I see, because you have a lot of naysayers that say COVID is not real, that it's fake, that it's just a government scare. Yeah, all that sounds fine and dandy until you are staring in the face of your loved one and you don't know if your loved one is going to make it through the night. Because honestly, I was so scared looking at Sarah. I actually thought I was going to lose her. Literally, I thought I was going to lose her. One night, I was just like, she's not going to make it through the night. I had no hope or faith that she was going to make it through the night. That's how bad it was. So when people say that it's not real, it's kind of hurtful or even disrespectful to those that have it, or those who loved ones have it, and those people who lost their loved ones. So you got to take this thing serious. Coronavirus is serious. It is real. It's no joke. It's your life. It's your loved one's life. Take every precaution you can. The social distancing, even if you got to get the vaccine, if you feel safe with that for you and your family.
But they are saying right now that the vaccine here,
the one in Uganda,
people who take it, when they get the COVID, it gets worse.
Right. I forgot the name of that particular vaccine here in Uganda. But if you're in America, if you feel safe with the Pfizer or the Johnson & Johnson or the other vaccines, if you feel that's best for your family, then take it. Take every precautionary measure that you can so you can keep you and your loved ones safe. Here in Uganda, we are on a severe lockdown.
Uganda is bleeding. That's what I was saying.
Yes.
Bleeding so much.
Yes.
People are dying.
Yeah. When we first got here to Uganda, the death toll from COVID was around 300 something. Last night when I checked, it's up to 700 something, close to 800. Every day you have more and more people dying, and those are the reported deaths. When we was at the hospital, I asked the doctor, out of every 100 people you test, how many come back positive? And he had told me that it's 80% of those who get tested, 80% has been coming back positive. So we're on a severe lockdown ordered by President Museveni.
And that number they list out like that, it's 700, like 700 deaths. Is it 700?
Close to 800 now.
Yeah, close to 800. It's just reported in the hospital.
Right.
There are some people who die that didn't even go to the hospital.
Yes.
There are some who die that were maybe out of the hospital and
Right.
you just come back home and you just die. So
Right.
this thing is serious.
So
People,
that,
please take it serious.
the number got to be over 800. It might be double the reported number at least. It might be at least double the reported number. And then imagine all the people that are not able to go get tested, because in the U.S. the COVID test is free many places. You could go to like your CVS's or Walgreens and you get a free COVID test in the U.S. And then also you go to your doctor's office to get a free COVID test. But here in Uganda, you have to pay for the COVID test.
Right now, they say to those who are arriving, can you stop it? Stop it. To those who are arriving, he was scratching with something. To those who are arriving in Uganda, it's almost $65.
Yeah, $65
Yeah.
US. That's it
That's
at the
a lot.
airport.
Yeah.
But even in the
In
local
the
scene,
hospitals, some hospitals it's $50 and
Right.
less. So
so
for us,
$50
that's
is a lot for
some
locals here.
Yeah.
You know, when you live in day by day, you live in. Some people only make $2 a day, and that's enough to buy food. Some people make $10 a day. So imagine you got to come up with $50 for you, maybe your spouse, maybe your children, $50 each to get tested for the COVID. A lot of people don't have that at their disposal. So this lockdown, it becomes even more intense because of the fact that people are living day by day. They live in hand to mouth. So a lot of people are not able to work. So in turns, they won't be able to feed their family. So this is serious. It's very serious. Now, what are the restrictions for the lockdown?
You have to stay. People have to stay home. The curfew time is at 7.
Okay.
Now everyone has to be home. All the cars have to be off the road. Like the borders are not supposed to take people. The cars are not supposed to take people. Like you are not supposed to use your private car. All I know is if you use a commercial car, they are not supposed to be there more than 2 people. So life is hard.
Wow.
Life
Wow.
is harder.
Now,
There are
and if you
even
work
more
at a
restrictions.
manufacturing, like if you work for a manufacturing company, you have to stay at that manufacturing company for the next 42 days. You have to stay at your job for the next 42 days. You're not allowed to go home and spend time with your family. Now, if you work in agriculture, you're able to go back to work in the agriculture sector. So different sectors you are able to work, but you have to stay in some of those sectors. You have to stay at your job, which becomes another nuisance to you,
Another child.
right? Because you can see your family. You know, in certain areas, you have very high spikes of the COVID virus, like in Chebando. You have a lot of people catching the virus. So the restrictions, I think, are necessary. They're very necessary because it can help put the disease at bay. Good thing right now they don't have travel restrictions where you can fly in and out. One of our viewers, one of our YouTube viewers, he just made it to Uganda 2 days ago. About 2 days ago. You know, he have a lady down here, so he just reached Uganda like 2 days ago. So
Welcome to Uganda, but be careful.
yeah, be careful, be very careful. You won't be able to enjoy yourself like you would without the lockdown. But I'm sure she's going to make sure that you really get a good experience. Right. So just be safe, though. If anyone plan on coming to Uganda, be safe, get tested. Even if you have the vaccine, if you come here and you have the vaccine, you're still required at the airport to take the PCR test. So it used to be if you had the vaccine, you would not have to take the PCR test. But now, if you have the vaccine, you are required to take the PCR test. So be advised of that. So don't think just because you're vaccinated, you're able to travel around the world freely. Because in some countries, like here in Uganda, you still have to take the PCR test on arrival. And that's an expense, you know, that's going to be an added expense for you when you travel. Now, the other thing is the only type of vehicles that are able to move up and down on the road right now is tourist vehicles, commercial vehicles. So those type of vehicles are able to move. So if you're coming to the airport, you have to take a tourist vehicle to your destination. So
And I think when we're going back, we have to call one.
yeah, we won't be able to drive to the airport. No, put that down, son. Put that down. Do not eat that. So those are some of the restrictions during the lockdown, and we'll keep you guys updated on the lockdown and on the restrictions because it's for 42 days. It started on the 10th and it can extend from there.
Yeah.
Now, Sarah's birthday was on the 9th, and she was down sick. She was low sick, so she wasn't able to enjoy her birthday
Yeah.
like she would normally enjoy it.
It was on a Wednesday, and I got sick on Sunday.
Right, and
Before Wednesday.
that Wednesday was bad for her.
It was
so
the worst birthday. I had a COVID.
it was the
birthday.
best birthday because you survived. You still
Oh
alive.
yeah.
So
No, but it was the worst birthday because by that time I was worse.
it was the best birthday for me because you still made it through. You're a survivor.
It was
She's
the
a
worst.
COVID
For
survivor.
me, it was the worst.
So,
It was the best. I mean, you a COVID survivor too, but I was in bed so
Right.
sick.
right.
And I started saying to myself, happy birthday to you. And time reached when I was like, I think I'm happy that I made at least 26. And this is going to be my last year. Maybe I'm going to die after maybe 26. So,
So yeah, those are
Harry, come here.
that's some of the things that's going on down here in Uganda. Everyone just have to be safe. Everyone has to have on their mask when you're out in public. Even when you're at home, it don't hurt to have on your mask. When you have loved ones there, you have family, kids and things like that. You have to have on your mask. Now schools are shut down. All the schools are shut down. The kids are not able to go to school at the moment. Things like movie theaters, sporting events, all those things are shut down. So all your typical things that you're able to do in a typical society, you're not able to do at this particular moment due to the shutdowns. But it's safer this way. We're surviving, not so.
We're sorry, the place we are in is a bit loud. There is a barrier that's happening a few meters away from us.
What?
Somebody died from COVID.
So someone died from COVID. Now, this is scary. This is scary because for me, I've never in my life seen anyone die.
But yesterday it was my first time to see somebody die in front of my eyes. Like I looked at him taking his last breath.
Yeah, oh, wow. Yeah, Sarah called me. I was at the market trying to buy some cucumbers for my pineapple juice. And Sarah called me and was like, can you take a boda to get to the car? Although we're not supposed to drive the car, she's like, someone is dying right now. As she was walking to her parents' house, Kari, come. As she was walking to her parents' house, her and her sisters, they saw one of her mom's friends, and they heard. You tell the story.
We were walking to my mom's house. To my mom's house, it was me and my sisters. My sisters came home early. My sisters came to my house early they wanted some stuff near my house. And they decided to come and say hi. So I was like, I'm also going to my mom's house, so let's walk together. We walked, and when we passed my mom's friend's house, we had someone breathing, and we are like, what's that? And my sister was like, what's going on? And we kept hearing that person breathing. The door was open, but
The guy was breathing very, very hard.
Very hard. Yeah, it was like he was trying, fighting. So I turned. I was like, I called them and told them that, hey, you need to take him to the hospital. It's like he needs support breathing. Like he needs to have help breathing, and they didn't get out to even listen to us. So for me, I hate seeing someone in pain. I hate seeing somebody dying. So we had to put our masks on, and we went to the house, not inside the house, but outside. We knocked on the door and we told them, you need to take that man to the hospital now. He's going to lose his life. And when they opened the door, the man was seated, and the way he was breathing was too loud. Where you see he's trying to catch his breath, like trying to fight. So I told them, you need to take him to the hospital. Where is the car? Do you have a car? And that man actually has 3 cars, and none of it was there to help him.
Wow.
So I called Tony and told him that I need, are you home? He said no. I was like, I need you to take a boda and go home, pick up the car so that you can come here and we take this man to the hospital. He's dying. Because I know him, he's been supplying me with the stones when I'm building my mom's house.
Right.
He's been supplying me, and he still had to supply me with more stones. Yeah, so he told me, okay, let me take a boda, I'm on my way. Then later the family told me, stop it. Then later the family told me that...
Stop, Clark. The family told you what?
Then later the family told me that they have got someone who is gonna come for him. And we wait there for almost 20 minutes and nobody was there. I told them that I have a car, let me get my car. The man is dying. And still they kept moving up and down. And guess what? The worst situation of all, the keys to one of his cars were in the house, and the car was parked almost next to the house.
Why they couldn't get that car?
Because the one who was at home didn't know where the keys are.
That's devastating.
That's devastating. And like when we were going up, I passed by one of his sons, like he was having fun, and that man taught all his sons how to drive because he was getting tired on the jobs he's doing, so he was teaching all his sons. He has like almost like 10 sons, and none of them was there to help him during his death.
Wow.
We tried our best. I called Tony. Then later, they found the keys, and I called Tony back and told him that, okay, they have found the keys. There was only one boy, the mother, and a daughter. The daughter was outside, stuck, like confused. I went to the daughter. I asked her that, when did this start? And they told me it started in the morning.
Because it was the afternoon when you called me. It was about 1:30.
Yeah, and they say he started breathing like that in the morning. And I asked them, from morning someone is breathing like that and you can't take him to the hospital? They were like, the doctors came here, they were injecting him. I was like, he need life support, like he need help breathing. He's having hard time breathing, like the man was trying to catch his breath in the air, but he was having a hard time breathing. I was like, you took too long, he's gonna die. So when the boy called one of his brother, he told him that, I need the car, dad is dying.
Wow.
They were not crying, but he was
around. How old was the man?
The boy was like
the man that died.
The man, maybe 40.
Wow, he was young.
Maybe 40, because my dad taught him at school.
Wow.
My dad taught him, and my mom also taught him in the same school.
Wow.
They said that he was a nice footballer.
Wow.
My dad said that the most memory he has about him is football. If he's not on the field where they are playing football, it's not gonna be fun. Like it's not gonna be good. They are gonna lose. He was a good footballer. So that was how old he was, and one of his sons that was there finally got the keys, got a hold of the keys, and rushed and ran out to get the car. And there is this man that came by that made everything worse. Please, Ugandans, please and please and please, you have this saying that when they take you to the hospital, they are going to kill you. When they take you to the hospital, they are going to give you the injection to kill you, or they are not going to treat you, or they are not going to put you on oxygen. That's wrong. That's not true. You have to take your chances, at least try to save someone. This man came by and told them that don't bother taking him to the hospital, like he's gonna be fine. Like my sister was also breathing like that when I took her to the hospital. They didn't take care of her, stuff like that, and she died. And the man advised them to crush an onion and put it in his chest that is going to help him. And that was wrong. The onion is strong. The smell of an onion is strong. And the man was trying to catch his breath. Like, the onion was too strong. So he was trying to breathe, and they put the onion in his chest, and after they put the onion in his chest, his breathing lowered.
Wow.
He stopped breathing. Like,
Wow.
it lowered, and one of my sisters said, we were sitting on the porch, and she said that, why is he not breathing like how he was breathing? So me and one of my other sister ran inside the house to see what is happening.
Wow.
So when we reached there, his eyes were up, going up, and he was fighting. Like how someone can fight to be alive, to stay alive. He was fighting. His eyes were up, the tongue was coming out, he was crying, he was biting it.
Wow.
Fighting.
Wow.
And one of my sister, the one I follow, Hajara, started playing, say that, oh my goodness, please help us. And for me, I kept telling the man, you need to fight, try to breathe, try to fight. The car is coming, we're going to take you to the hospital. And in front of our eyes, his wife was holding his chest like this, because he was there alone in the house, and it was me and Hajara. We called the wife and told her that you need to come and hold his chest, he needs help. So his wife held his back and the chest to help him, and he breathed his last breath.
Wow. So you saw him breathe his last breath. Wow.
And he did this.
Wow. Wow.
He
For
stopped
me,
breathing.
that's a lot to see someone take their last breath.
He stopped breathing.
This COVID is serious. It's serious. This is very, very serious. And we have to take it serious. And I know it was devastating for you when you came home. Even last night you had dreams, you had nightmares. This is it's not an easy situation to see someone right in front of you take their last breath.
I've never seen something hard in my entire life like that. I saw a man fighting for his life, and I saw his life getting out of him. I saw him dying.
Wow.
It
Well,
was too hard.
I think right now it's just time for us, like I say, to take this thing serious. For us to care for each other like you did, you and your
what
sisters did
was
for
more
him
painful,
yesterday.
what was more painful with all those things, when he died, that's when 3 cars came up to take him to the hospital. 3 cars after he died. 3 cars came up to take him to the hospital.
Wow.
When we are trying to find a car, and we couldn't get help. They came up, I told them, they put him in the car, and I told them that I don't think you need to bother taking him to the hospital. He's dead already. They didn't listen to me. For then they thought they are saving, they are trying to save. Like, he was breathing out loud. And when somebody stopped, you look at his stomach, it's not breathing like this. You look at his chest, it's not. His tongue is all the way out. Like, his eyes were up, and he finally closed them. And
So you saw death.
I saw death.
You looked death in the eye.
It made me so scared.
Wow.
It made me so scared.
I understand. I certainly understand. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm very sorry that you
It made me so
experienced that.
scared that it reminded me that my mom was in a condition like that, and I was also sick on bed, and I couldn't even take her to the hospital.
I remember your
Though-
chest was hurting too bad.
Yeah.
That's when I got too concerned about you. That was that Friday when we went back to the hospital. So that chest pain, they say when you start experiencing that, then that's when your lungs are in need of oxygen. You know. So anyway, I think right now we'll just kind of wrap things up. You know, that way we can make it to your parents' house. You know, but until next time, you know, you guys, we ask you to take this COVID thing serious. We'll keep you updated on what's going on here in Uganda. Also, like, share, subscribe.
And leave a comment. And I'm sorry, this wasn't a nice video. Like, to me, it was sad.
Right.
A sad video. It was sad. I couldn't even sleep. But please share, subscribe. Subscribe.
Let people
and
know what's
subscribe.
going on
Let
down here in
people know what's going
Uganda.
on.
Bring
Let
awareness
your
to
families,
this.
any Ugandan that's watching this, let your family know that this is serious. This is
Not
so
even just
serious.
Ugandans, anyone that's in an area where COVID is rising, where there's high rates of death, fatalities, and everything. Take this thing serious. Share this video. Let others know. And all you conspiracy theorists out there.
And if you have any family member who has diabetes, who has
Who's
blood
overweight,
pressure, who is overweight, please
be more concerned
be more
about them.
concerned when you see them having a hard time breathing. Any sign, chest pain, any sign,
Go
just
to
rush
the
them
hospital.
to the hospital.
Don't take your time.
Don't take time. Don't take advices. Don't say, oh, the onion works, oh, the garlic works, oh, they are having a hard time breathing. Those things are strong. They are gonna kill him. For me, when I was looking, I feel like that onion is the one that ended that man's life. An onion. Getting an advice from someone who is...
Take it on the vote.
Okay, anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, leave a comment, like.